Your grocery bill just went up again, and this time, it's not your imagination. In the US, inflation just hit its highest level since 2023. In Australia, electricity bills jumped over 25% in a single year. And in the UK, rent is eating people alive. So what is actually going on with prices in 2026? And more importantly, when does it end? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your money buys less and what's coming next. Here's the thing that's messing with everyone's head right now. Back in 2024 and 2025, we were told inflation was cooling down. Central banks were cutting rates. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Then it came back. Not gently. It came back like an ex you thought was gone for good. In the United States, annual inflation climbed to 4.2% in May 2026, the highest reading since 2023. In Australia, prices are running at 4%, well above the government's target. Even in the UK, where things looked calmer, inflation is sitting around 2.8%, and household costs are still rising in painful, specific ways. Here's the twist nobody's talking about enough. This isn't the same inflation as 2022. That one was about supply chains, ships stuck at ports, factories shut down. This one has a name. Picture this. You fill up your car, same gas station, same drive to work. But now you're paying almost 30% more than you were a year ago. Why? A conflict thousands of miles away between the US and Iran choked off a huge slice of the world's oil supply. One shipping route, one choke point, and suddenly, gas prices around the entire globe start climbing. In the US, energy costs alone accounted for over 60% of the entire monthly inflation increase in May 2026. That's not a typo. Gasoline prices jumped over 40% year over year. In Australia, it's the same story, but with electricity. Government rebates that were quietly cushioning your power bill, they expired. Electricity prices shot up over 25% in 12 months. So, inflation in 2026 isn't really about too much spending anymore. It's about energy, and energy touches everything. Think about it. Trucks that deliver your groceries run on fuel. Factories that make your clothes run on electricity. Farms that grow your food use diesel tractors. When energy goes up, it doesn't just hit your gas tank. It quietly taxes your entire shopping cart. Now here's the one that actually keeps people up at night. Not gas, not groceries, rent. In Australia, housing costs are rising over 6% a year, the single biggest driver of the entire cost of living crisis. Rental vacancy rates are so low that landlords barely have to compete for tenants. In Canada and the UK, the story rhymes. Renters are spending a larger and larger slice of their paycheck just to keep a roof over their heads, while wages crawl instead of run. Here's a simple way to picture it. Imagine your paycheck is a pizza. In 2019, rent took 2 slices. In 2026, it's taking 4 or 5. Same pizza, way less left over for you. And here's the part that stings the most. Even when inflation slows down, prices don't fall back to where they were. Slower inflation just means prices are rising less quickly, not getting cheaper. That coffee that cost you $3 in 2021 and $5 now, it's not going back to $3. Ever. That's the part most people misunderstand. Quick question. Who do you think suffers most in this environment? Rich households? Not really. They can absorb it. It's actually renters, retirees on fixed incomes, and lower-wage workers who get hit the hardest. In Australia, government payment recipients are seeing the sharpest rise in living costs of any group. Why? Because their spending is concentrated in the categories going up the fastest: energy, rent, transport. Meanwhile, central banks are stuck in an impossible position. Raise interest rates too much, and you crush the job market. Don't raise them enough, and prices keep spiraling. It's like trying to steer a car where the brakes and the gas pedal are both stuck halfway down. So does this get better? Here's the honest answer. It depends on oil. If the geopolitical tension eases and energy prices stabilize, inflation could cool through the second half of 2026. We're already seeing early signs of that in some countries, with monthly price growth slowing slightly. But if energy stays volatile, expect inflation to stay stubborn and interest rates to stay high right along with it, which means mortgages, car loans, and credit cards all stay expensive too. Either way, one thing is certain. The new normal isn't going away. Prices from 2022 to 2026 have permanently reset higher. The question now isn't, when do prices go back down? It's, how fast will your income catch up? So let's bring this all together. Inflation in 2026 isn't random. It's not the economy being bad in some vague sense. It's a domino chain. Geopolitical conflict, energy prices spike, transport and production costs rise, everything you buy gets more expensive, and housing quietly makes it all worse underneath. Understanding why prices are rising doesn't lower your grocery bill tonight, but it does one powerful thing. It stops you from feeling crazy. You're not imagining it. You're not bad with money. The ground actually shifted under everyone's feet, globally, at the same time. If this helped you finally make sense of what's happening to your wallet, hit subscribe, because next week I'm breaking down exactly how to protect your money when inflation refuses to slow down. Drop a comment. What's gone up the most for you this year? Rent, gas, or groceries? Let's compare notes. I'll see you in the next one.